Breaking news, Jaylon Johnson has requested a trade, and I gotta say, I can't stand this Bears organization right now. I really can't. Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Woke up to the headlines this morning. Had to get you guys a video before I drive into the office. Don't even know why I'm wearing Bears gear anymore at this point. It's absolutely agonizing. Jeremy Fowler had the report late last night. Ian Rappaport and the local guys and everybody else confirmed it this morning. Excuse me. I mean, what do you even say? What do you even say? The reports this morning is that the team and Johnson started contract negotiations last week, and the two parties didn't get close enough to a deal, and so the Bears are now allowing him to seek a trade. I mean, what are you doing, Ryan Poles? I'm not saying you just write him a blank check, make him pay him for $24 million, make him the highest paid quarter or whatever, but like, come on, man. Figure it out. I no longer have faith that Ryan Poles can rebuild this roster and this team to being a contender. I did for a long time. I no longer do. Unless this turns around and you get Jaylon Johnson's deal done, I don't have faith in Ryan Poles leading this rebuild. I just don't. I mean, I've not had faith in the coaching staff basically from the start. Definitely this year, that became clear. And now I don't believe in the GM. I just don't. Jaylon Johnson is the second best player right now on the Chicago Bears. He's 24 years old. He's a premium corner at a premium position. You pay that guy. Period. It's not even a discussion. And, well, we're rebuilding. We got to be careful with the contracts we give out. You have over $100 million in projected cap space, and let me repeat, he is your second best player. He's still ascending as a player. He is 24 years old. Some of these, you drafted Velus Jones out of college in the third round when he was 25. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? If you can't pay Jaylon Johnson, which, by the way, in your introductory press conference, Ryan Poles, your roster building philosophy, we believe in homegrown talent and paying those players. Is it the ego because Ryan Pace drafted him? It's not your guy, you didn't draft him? Like, what's the deal, man? What's the deal? This is Roquan all over again. And by the way, this is not Jaylon Johnson going public and with this huge post and ripping the Bears and this and that, requesting a trade. He has done everything right up to this point. He went to training camp. He entered the season. Hey, I'm not gonna demand a contract. I won't sit out if I don't get one. And now he has no choice because the Bears just won't pay him. Now, look, I don't know the number he's asking for. Maybe he's asking for a crazy number. I guess it's possible. But what's brutal now is that the Bears are allowing him, because that's the report, Bears are now allowing him to seek a trade. So I don't think Jaylon, it doesn't sound like he just said, F it, trade me. It sounds like the Bears and Jaylon were like, all right, we're not going to agree on a term, so you can seek a trade. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like to me. And now, what's brutal, too, is since that trade is public now that they're willing to trade him, you're not going to get proper value. You watch. Ryan Poles might get a third-round pick for him today, and I will lose my shit. If you get a second back, I still won't be happy. That'll at least be something, but I'm just so sick of this, man. I'm just so freaking sick of this. Doesn't this bother you, Bears fans? I'm sure some of you will be like, well, if he wants too much, just trade him, and that's fine. Go right ahead. You didn't want to pay Roquan $20 million per year. You wanted to pay him $18, so you traded him for a second-round pick, and then you paid Tremaine Edmonds $18 million per year. I have nothing against Tremaine Edmonds. He's a nice player, but he's not even the best linebacker on this team right now. TJ Edwards is. And you got him for 3 years, $19 million. Hey, kudos for that. That was a good deal. Roquan Smith runs circles around Tremaine Edmonds. It is not even a discussion on who the better player is. And you didn't get that done over $2 million per year. So you traded him for a second-round pick. And now, Jaylon Johnson, I'll just throw out a scenario. You want to pay him 15, 16. He wants 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, who knows. And you're going to trade him because of $2 or $3 million per year, I'm guessing. Dude, who's going to want to come here? Like, who's going to want to stay here long term? What does DJ Moore think of this? He's by far your best player. In a couple of years, when he's up for an extension, he's probably thinking, I'm not going to get proper value here. They don't pay. They're cheap. They don't pay up. I mean, this shit is just agonizing. Let me know. Do you trust Ryan Poles as the Bears GM? I no longer do. Unless this turns around in the next few hours and you get an extension done and you don't trade him, I just don't. Not right now. Could that change? Yeah, sports are fluid. What's true today may not be true tomorrow, one of my mentors told me. But right now, no way. Y for yes, in for no. I do not trust Ryan Poles at this point in time. Hit that subscribe button if you want more Chicago Bears news and rumors coverage. We're still going to go live this afternoon at some point, maybe earlier than expected with this Jaylon Johnson stuff. So hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications. After I film this, I'm heading into the studio, so stay tuned for that. We got you covered all day long, and if they don't get proper value with this trade, I'm going to go nuclear, so you're not going to want to miss that. So be sure to join us all day long. Myself, producer Rolly, got you guys covered. So Jaylon Johnson, trade request is out there. He's not, it doesn't sound like it's salvageable. I mean, there's a scenario where they don't trade him and maybe between now and the offseason something gets worked out, but certainly doesn't seem like right now an extension's going to happen. Could you franchise tag him this offseason if a deal doesn't get done? I guess that's, or if a trade doesn't get done, I guess that's on the table. But I just disagree with the process, man. Think about what Ryan Poles has done as this GM, who he's traded already. He traded Khalil Mack. I understood that one. Aging, coming off an injury season. Got a second for him. I would have wanted more, but I understand. He was an aging pass rusher. I was okay with it at the time. He'd be by far your best defensive lineman, though, right now. But you were entering a rebuild. He was about 30 years old. I get it. I will give him a pass on that one. Roquan Smith. Yeah, I don't think Roquan handled things super well, but you were bitching over $2 million per year with them, basically. Because that's what the Ravens paid him. So if you would have paid him $20 million a year, you would have got him. You wanted to pay him 18. You gave that money to Tremaine Edmonds, who's not close to Roquan as a player. Not close. Period. It's just facts. Again, I like Tremaine. He's not Roquan Smith. So you've done that. You, in your first draft, when your quarterback clearly needed help, you drafted two defensive backs, Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker. You passed on George Pickens, who, imagine him with a guy like DJ Moore. Now, maybe you don't have DJ Moore if you draft George Pickens. We'll never know. But, again, it's like, why? I'm losing faith, man. Like, I don't think any of the leaders in place, outside of maybe Kevin Warren, he's the ultimate wild card. We saw him in the booth Sunday Night Football. He's taking notes on what's happening. I mean, what does he think of all this? Is he okay with trading Jaylon Johnson? Does he have the power to tell Ryan, hey, you're not doing that, man? Or is he on board? I don't know. No idea. I have no idea what Kevin Warren thinks of any of this. But what I do know is, how can I possibly believe positively that this thing is going in the right direction? You trade Jaylon Johnson. Who are your core players moving forward? You've got DJ Moore, stud, top 10 receiver in this league, great player. Darnell Wright, it's a good pick by Poles. Good pick at right tackle. Now, you could debate the Jalen Carter thing, but Darnell Wright's going to work out. He's been good. If Tevin Jenkins is healthy, you like him, although that's not a Poles guy. I didn't draft him. He almost traded him last year. Remember that. I get the injury history. It's all legitimate, but I mean, Nate Davis, when he's healthy, has been solid. Who on defense? Eddie Jackson's over the hill, man. I like Tyreek Stevenson, but he's not ready to be a CB1. I like Kyler Gordon, but he struggled as a rookie, and he's missed half the games this year with a hand injury. He's been fine. Like, who are your premium players on defense if you trade Jaylon Johnson? None of them were defensive linemen. None of them. Billings is a nice player on a one-year deal. He's not a premium player. And Ngakoue has not lived up to it. And even if he has, he's on a one-year deal. Like, you got nothing. You are so far away. And again, big picture, that gets back to the discussion. Sure, you're probably going to draft a quarterback, but even if one of these rookie quarterbacks comes in and is really good as a rookie, is he going to make up for all of these deficiencies on this roster? Is he going to make up for this underwhelming coaching? Hopefully, it's a new coaching staff. Do you trust Ryan Poles to pick a good new coaching staff, head coach? How could you? How could you? Man, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Let me know what you guys think. Predict it. Does Jaylon Johnson get traded today? Type T for traded. He does. Or type K. They keep him. Think they're going to trade him. And that sucks. That absolutely sucks. But that's where I think this is heading. All right, my name is Harrison Graham. Got to sign off. Got to take my son to daycare, and then I'm heading to the studios. We'll be live here in a few hours, so appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please hit the sub button. Subscribe to the channel. I know you guys are frustrated with this team, but your support in watching me and this channel is huge, so shout out to all of you. We'll see you guys soon here on Chicago Bears Now.